This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
Welcome to this Barbados Today news update for Friday, September the 30th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. The Canadian developer of the Graham Hall Nature Sanctuary, who lodged a claim for $26 million against the Barbados government before an international tribunal, has lost the case. When the investment treaty claim brought by Peter Allard was concluded before the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law in the Dutch capital of The Hague on June 27th, Allard was ordered to pay $3.1 million in costs. Allard had argued that the local authorities had failed to take environmental measures to protect the Christchurch Nature Sanctuary, which he acquired, developed, and marketed as a major tourist attraction until its closure in 2009. The outcome of the case was published yesterday. We have full details in our e-paper. The reckless behavior of some drivers on the road while the island was unshut down during the passage of Tropical Storm Matthew has not gone unnoticed. Law enforcement officials say videos depicting dangerous, reckless, and irresponsible behavior are being investigated, and the perpetrators will be made to feel the full brunt of the law for their actions.
We are out there protecting lives, looking after persons who have problems, only to find out that persons can find time to be on the road to do illegal acts. You would have seen the one going down Broad Street, turning onto Chapel Street and heading on to Lower Broad Street again. That was videotaped by someone's camera from inside the car. The other one on Baxter's Road, that guy came down the road, he was handbrake turning in the center of the road. That's reckless, that's dangerous. He could have easily lost control of that vehicle on the wet surface and caused injury to himself or some other person that might be on the road, although we had that person should be off the road. Then the other ones there at the roundabout in Jackson most of those vehicles belong to a club in Barbados called the Barbados Drifters Club. I don't remember, I know the drifting club, and most of those vehicles involved in it are members of that club.
Members of a Britton Silk family are counting their blessings this morning. During the passage of Tropical Storm Matthew on Wednesday, Caprice Woodall and her family were shaken when a massive mahogany tree fell on their house. When Barbados Today visited the home, a composed Woodall was busy discussing plans with representatives from insurance companies. The 33-year-old woman said she was yet to see the extent to which the car was damaged because a large part of the tree was still on it, but indicated that the roof and wall of the garage was partially damaged and resulted in water leaking into the vehicle. She noted that when she heard the loud crash, she immediately knew what it was, recalling that another mahogany tree, which was planted nearby, fell down about 3 years ago. There was no damage to the property during that incident. To this heartbreaking story now, and it concerns 76-year-old pensioner Daisy Green, who is living in extremely deplorable conditions. The Porridge Springs St. Thomas resident has no indoor or outdoor bathroom facilities, and the roof of her small wooden house is leaking. The elderly woman's toilet pit collapsed 6 months ago while she was sitting on it, and she fell into the hole, sustaining injuries. It was a neighbor who heard her cries that came to her rescue. Green told the Barbados Today team that as Tropical Storm Matthew passed the island on Wednesday, in order to prevent her home from flooding from the water that dropped from the holes in the roof, she had to keep mopping even in the middle of the night.
All the water was in the house all the time. So I had to get up in the middle of the night and wipe out the house and everything. So I didn't have nobody to help me but myself and God. So I really want help very bad. Then it's so good. And then the foot hurt him about that. I fall down in the toilet. I fall down and I get no relief. I ain't got nobody to come and look at it for me, nothing, no.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for the area, Cynthia Ford, who was checking in on residents at the time our news team visited the area, says she has appealed to the Rural Development Commission for urgent help for her constituent.
I did appeal to the Rural Development Commission just a few days after the collapse, seeking some assistance, and the director, who always tries to facilitate when he can, did indicate that he will try to assist, and he did send a team of work officers who came and did their own assessment and would have, according to the information I received, done an assessment regarding the cost. But I do not want to jump the gun, because I know that sometimes the officers and the directors, their hands are tied. And I know they would have had a lot of challenges, but the point is, say something to me to further let me understand that I can convey to Miss Daisy exactly what is happening in her place.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In regional news now, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has denied having prior knowledge of a meeting involving President Anthony Carmona and his National Security Minister Edmund Dillon earlier this month that dealt with security matters in Trinidad and Tobago. Rowley, speaking at the end of the weekly cabinet meeting, told reporters that when he was contacted by Dillon about the September 5th meeting, he had instructed his minister to find out precisely what the talks were about. Dillon, who was also present at the news conference, backed up Rowley by saying that his secretary had received a telephone call from the office of the president informing him about the meeting. On Wednesday, during a 90-minute statement to the media in which he sought to deal with various issues in the public domain regarding his office, President Carmona said he had on 3 occasions informed Rowley about the meeting. Carmona, who had refused to take questions following his statement, said he wanted to make it clear that he did not impose himself or his views on those great men, nor did he interfere with the functioning of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. Instead, he said he paid due regard to the separation of powers. Rowley also denied an accusation made by the President that he had leaked a document sent to him to the media. On the international scene, a New Jersey transit train plowed through a major station in Hoboken during Thursday morning's rush hour, killing at least 1 person and injuring more than 100 others. Witnesses said the train overran its stopping point, slammed into a bumper block, went airborne, and hurled through a passenger concourse at the terminal, one of the busiest transit hubs in the New York area. Governor Chris Christie called on people to refrain from speculating about the cause of the crash.
My admonition when I was U.S. Attorney all the time to my prosecutors and agents was, don't jump to conclusions, let the facts lead you to the proper conclusions. And so we're not going to speculate about the cause of the accident. The fact is that we're in the midst of an investigation. From the time that the incident happened this morning, Governor Cuomo and I have been in communication since the train began its journey today in the state of New York, and we have a number of New York citizens who were on that train as well, coming here to New Jersey. And so we're going to work together to make sure that the investigation is seamless and coordinated, that we come to a conclusion as quickly as possible, and then if there are steps that need to be taken thereafter to provide for even greater assurance of safety for the people of our states, you can be assured that we'll work together through the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, MTA, and New Jersey Transit to make sure that that occurs.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media on bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.